So this is Greg Redden on like Friday, September 16th or something, 2023. I was just making a commentary to my mass voyeur global universal audience that can hear me, and I don't mind that they do, and I'm not going to make a federal case out of anything, really. Be that as it may, I was just telling them a very real fucking thing that fucking needs to be changed instantly, especially anywhere around me or anybody that's dealing with the same thing. When I lived at 2306 Isabella on the west side of Sioux City for a decade, up until a couple years ago, I had this good old school female friend who was a friend of my grandmother's and kind of helped her out before my grandmother died, which is the house I moved into. So me and her became friends. She liked to smoke cigarettes, and so did I, and I didn't mind giving her some. And we'd get to talking, and everybody kind of treated her like an outcast. She's deceased, by the way, so I don't mind telling this. May she rest in peace. But she would give me intel about her fucking weird boyfriend, piece of shit. I won't say his name, Gary. But yeah, she told me that they were giving kids in the neighborhood cameras to take pictures of me and all my friends. Now, my point that I'm getting to is, we're going to say I started noticing it in Denver in what I call the death winter, just not even jokingly. And I'll just leave it at that. But in 2012, so it's 2023, I started noticing it when I was homeless after I had lost my money in my car and was on the streets in the middle of winter. I sat in a lot of areas at times because I was noticing weird shit, and I'd just sit in an area and observe it. Or I would just see enough children put right in my path with adults, obviously responsible for it. Well, my question is, if you really believe that I'm somehow a threat to your young child, why in the fuck would you put him in the path of somebody? I'm certainly not. But my point is, I see children all the time in my case. And if you haven't seen it, it's fact. It happens. Follow me around for a day, then you'll know. Yes, over the years, even more recent, parents or guardians or adults teaching young kids to say very perverse, explicit things to try and get a reaction out of me. Number one, it's not the kid's fault from my knowledge. And two, I can't go beating the shit out of a parent right in front of their young child. So we all have to pick our spots. I'm sure, this can be stopped somehow or suggested strongly. Maybe a couple touch-ups. Yeah, I don't know. This isn't my area of expertise, but who the fuck am I gonna tell? These, even young adults often are put right in my direct path because they know what kind of person attracts me. And they won't even look at me, and they're being used as teases. And I'm sad for the young people, even the young adults, they're good looking, but they should be doing what the fuck they want to, not fucking being involved in a covert op of like being a sexual tease. And by the way, I said this earlier today, I articulated, and it's true from my perspective. That's a very sick thing to fuck with somebody's love interests and fucking sexual, interactions or whatever, what have you, or just their mind, because love is, or attraction is one of the, most beautiful things being a man, And, as I'm getting older, I'm starting to want to, I would never get fucking married. Are you kidding me? Fucking give the government more oversight. I don't need that anyway. I feel bad for the guys that have to sit through these wedding, like, fucking planning thing. Oh my God, I'd blow my brains out before the end of the day. Anyway, back to the point. it would just be kind of a handshake understanding that we'd come to. First of all, I'd have to be attracted to you, and hopefully, yeah, you would be to me, or whatever. And yeah, we'd both be independent, because I like to be my independent, and I would hope you would be too. But we'd probably stay in the same place and interact when we could. That'd be pretty cool at my age. I never thought it possible to ever have a relationship. Well, yeah. I mean, once or twice I brought up the subject to a party or whatever, a nameless party. And yeah. I don't like rules. I don't like responsibility. I don't have kids for reasons. I have enough fucking shit on my own plate. So, yeah, as far as monogamous or just relationships go, in the past, they've been very unappealing to me. Now, as I'm getting a little older, I'm pretty much lonely wherever I go, and I'm not just singing a sad song. I mean, it's true. There's nothing authentic generally in my public experience, and I'm always out in public. Now, there are times I see meet the most cool people, or have short interactions with people about unmentionables or whatever. And yeah, the authentic, you can tell when something's authentic, unless they're really fucking good. I've had a couple of those. But after you see them a few times, you can figure it out. It's just a deduction of their, what do they call them? Provocateur, amateur provocateur, or agent provocateur, whatever. They got so many names for the shit. I just call them feds. Now, by the way, since we're talking feds, I've had numerous federal informants that were my friends, and there's a reason for that. I could give a fuck what you do on your own time outside of my life, as long as when you come to me, you're respectful. In general, we have a good rapport, you know, and we're friends and shit, you know. As long as it ain't affected me, and, you know, there's certainly... Anyway, I don't give a shit. I don't even get private with my own friends. I don't... Unless somebody wants to share something with me, I'm really not that interested. Unless I am, and then especially if it's another public figure, I'll watch their publicized content, not the gossip or the dirt sheets on anything or the news media. Because, yeah, that's all bullshit. But, yes, to bring it around, and I'll wrap pretty quick, yes, first and foremost, a very big priority. Kids all over the city need to be stopped being used as props in this public experimentation gig against me and whoever else. There are others here, you know, that we all have our own ways. I would never suggest anybody do anything other than what I do. Do your own thing. If you pick up something from me that can help save you some fucking bullshit, great. Use it to your benefit. Yeah. But, yeah, this just has to be we don't always need police involved, and certainly not in my experience, because like Brian Pillman, I don't call 911. And yes, it needs to be, a lot of the community can, you know, police itself, so to speak, off the record. Like if parents are teaching their young children to say explicit, dirty, sexual things to try and get a reaction out of me. Yeah, when their children are around, maybe somebody who has a talent set. Hold on, check this out. Maybe somebody who has a talent set in that area can do a little touch up. You know what I'm saying? I'd cover the other ear, but I only got one hand. I got to hold the camera, and yeah, you understand my point. I ain't saying a fucking thing. Yeah. But, yeah, that's just all a theoretical, yes, it's all theory and hearsay and speculation at this point, counsel. But back to the serious point. I'm serious. My concentration legitimately, and I'm not fucking around, is at a very, very low average right now. So bear with me. Point being, kids, like the Green Day song goes, if you're under 18, you won't be doing any time. Let them run. Yeah. The kids, let the fucking kids, even if the parents are feds, you shouldn't be taking your kids with you when you're doing these, when you go hunting, as my deceased friend next door on Isabella used to tell me her boyfriend used to go do the hunting. Yes. Yes. Kids, whoever can get this call made or use their stroke, somebody has that power. Kids, 100% under 18 need to quit being used as this public experimentation. And certainly we'll weed the rest out as it goes. I can't do everything when I'm being watched. I pick my spots. Get those fuckers. I don't know. It's all speculation and theory and, art, musical, lyrical, philosophy, real. Anyway, yeah, it's not admissible in court, is what I'm trying to say. Fuck them. Yeah. So, this needs to stop. I think a couple people are known to be fucking, not walking too well for a few weeks, or are missing several teeth. I think the word will get around that this is a bad idea for everybody. It was a bad idea to begin with. But yeah, please, thank you. Look into it, as we say. Thank you. Yeah, we're at 12:02. I said just the right amount and not too much. Hold on a sec.